Welcome back to Let's Play Virtue's Last Reward. Let's
Please.
vote.
Choose ally.
You're not gonna try and vote yourself?
If I try, you'll just throw me off, right? I don't think I'm strong enough to fight you.
Well, that was last time, but this is this time.
So,
Alright. With that, I turn to face the voting machine. Question was, what would I do? Ally or betray? As Clover had said, betraying Quark was like betraying Tenmyoji. I wasn't even taking into consideration that Quark was just a kid. He was infected with a deadly disease that would almost certainly kill him if we didn't do something. How can I betray someone like that? Only a monster would take advantage of a helpless child for their own gain. On the other hand, what Clover had said in the warehouse on floor B was true. It was unlikely I'd get a chance like this again. If I chose betray, I have 9 BP. Be able to escape this godforsaken place.
10 seconds remain.
Yeah, we're not gonna betray him.
3, 2, 1.
Of course we're picking ally. What do you take me for? Come on.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Okie dokie.
what did you choose, Sigma?
You didn't see me push the button?
No?
Huh. Well, you'll know in a moment. Let's go. Give her a light pat on the shoulder and head towards the wall where the results will be displayed.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Hey! Look at that. Everything's good.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
So you chose ally, huh?
Yeah. Quark is sick, a kid, and unable to vote. I couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. Ally did what anyone would have done. So you guys chose Ally too, huh?
Of course. Tenmyoji had only 1 BP left, and he was guaranteed to vote ally. So there's no way we could betray somebody in that position.
If we had, then he'd...
Yeah, you didn't have much choice. Alice and Dio, on the other hand, seemed to have a less pleasant round.
Hey, what the hell is your problem? You're either crazy or just an asshole. Were you trying to kill me?
No, nothing like that.
Well then, what was it like? If we'd voted ally,
You would be dead. The needles in your bracelet would have activated, killing you.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't think there was any way in hell you guys would choose ally, not with Alice's BP at 1. The only way you could possibly vote was betray. Picking ally when I knew you guys would pick betray would have been suicide.
You can't die. You've got 6 BP.
Well, maybe not immediately, no. But I would have been signing my own death warrant. Heck, not just mine. Everyone except Kay's.
What?
Didn't you think it through? Your vote was always gonna be betray. Let's say I was a raving lunatic and picked ally. What would happen to Kay's BP?
6 plus 3 would make 9.
See? Then it'd be game over. Life over. He'd open the number 9 door and blow this popsicle stand. And that'd leave us twisting in the wind, living out the rest of our miserable lives stuck in this place. You see? That's why I chose betray. I did it to save all our necks, including yours.
Alice gritted her teeth and scowled fiercely at Dio, apparently trying to think of a rebuttal before finally snorting indignantly and stalking away. Shortly thereafter, the warehouse was filled with the rumbling sound of the door sliding shut. The game continues.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys.
Oh. So, what we talked about earlier could happen. We get, like, infinite tries at the AB game.
The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh? And that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we want, right?
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, he did. You guys will show me your bracelets? I want to see what all the colors and groups are this time. The moments a series of risks were extended for me to examine. I see. Luna and Clover are a cyan pair. Fi and Alice are a magenta pair. The remaining 3 are all solos. Kay is red, Dio's green, and I'm blue. So how the group's supposed to work for the next round? I think the next door is going to be those white ones down the floor B warehouse.
Yeah, I heard about those. Alice told me about them while we were here waiting for you and Clover. I think I've got them figured out.
Yeah, so lay it out for us. How the group's going to shake out this time. Find out and began to explain. Option A. Tenmyoji and Quark pair up with me to open one door. Fi and Alice pair up with Dio to open another door. Luna and Clover pair up with Kay to open the last one.
Oh? Is there only one option?
Yes. No other combinations would be able to open the secondary doors. Admittedly, Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here for us to check, but I'm sure they're the yellow pair. If they weren't, then Sigma would be stuck without anybody he could pair up with.
Oh, God. I never thought I'd have to put up with Dio again.
That's Virtue's last reward in a nutshell. I mean, we haven't played most of the game yet, but, like, if Dio's like this in every route, then, like, ugh.
Well, you just didn't think hard enough then. Sooner or later, everybody puts up with Dio. Wait.
So, what should we do now? It looks like we have a lot of time until the primary doors open.
Yeah, about 80 minutes.
I'm worried about Quark's condition. Those pods can't cure Radical 6. He still needs help.
Well, we don't have anything to lose, so we might as well look for that medicine. Clover, right?
Yeah. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'll help.
As will I.
Me too.
Fine.
We should not let Dio help. Do not let Dio help look for Clover.
I guess I can help.
What about you, Sigma?
Of course I'll help. Kind of a jerk, wouldn't
Okay. We should split up and search.
Dio? After some discussion, Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Lou and Alice to the treatment center, and Clover and myself to the pressure exchange chamber.
Shall we regroup in the floor B warehouse 10 minutes before the doors open?
We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
You are going to the treatment center, correct?
Yes.
Then please remember to tell Tenmyoji where we intend to meet and when.
Okay.
You must also remember to bring Quark with you.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
I am concerned about removing him from the pod, but it can't be helped. Without Quark's bracelet, Sigma and Tenmyoji will be unable to open the secondary door.
Plus, I don't think 10 Myojis would leave Quark.
Right.
Good. Looks like we got all that straightened out. Let's go.
The final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading in a different direction. Whoa. What's all this, then? Pressure exchange chamber, huh? So this is the pressure exchange chamber.
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back at the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, let's head downstairs then.
Good idea.
The thing at bottom just says Peck. So this is the real thing.
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like this here?
Well, this is just what Alice told me, but
Apparently the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. Pardon? How is part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in? Oh! Right. I guess that makes sense, but like still. Where the heck are we? It did mean, however, that we need to get through a decompression process in order to get outside. What, we're like underwater or something?
remember
Oh
all
God,
those
not
suits
again.
along the wall of the prep room? Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
I see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then that newspaper article was right.
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Yeah.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside, right?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Dang. Just one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Okay, yeah, but...
Whatever. We need to be focusing on finding that Accelavir. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You two take this floor, all right?
Got it.
Okay.
Jeez. If we are underwater, then, got a sinking feeling about this. Did Zero do this on purpose? Titanic again? Or whatever the ship was that we were actually on? Well, supposed to be on? Allegedly. New Mexico. No, wait, no, Nevada, sorry. Hey, what do you think the deal with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? Pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Wait a minute. You mentioned it, didn't you? Back when Dia was asking questions. We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no. But
And then Alice said,
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
so what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover? What do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then finally she lifted her head and met my eyes.
Fine. I think I can trust you. Just don't tell Alice, okay?
Alright,
Promise?
promise. Finally we're gonna learn what Clover's been up to all this time. Wait, she said it's only been like a year since the last one, right? Jeez. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention, a complete loss for words. Here's what she said. Guys. You hear that? Digital Root. The music's back! Alice and I are agents of the SWAS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. They got rafflecopters everywhere. SWAS stand for Special Office of Internal Security. We're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements, such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, or religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. I told you that I played the Notary game twice before, right? Oh, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We just escaped and we were still stuffed in this SUV bearing across the desert. Wait a minute. It's that Alice? I mean, I mean, yeah. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SWAS, and she was on her way to the building we'd been trapped in as part of her investigation. On the way there, a car had broken down. I offered to give her a ride, of course. After she's gone, we started talking about it, and turned out Alice got a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we've been trapped in. Couldn't see how us playing the Notary game had to do anything with the terrorists. But Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people trapped you in there are the terrorists. That didn't seem very likely to us. Oh, dang it. That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Fortunately, didn't find them. By the way, I just found out you could do this. I mean, like, I had an idea. It's like, it's a visual novel. They're not going to let us miss this. Fortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now on the run. Anyway, we're taken back to SUS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group we were investigating. But they must not have found anything, because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way they'd been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother since we'd gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. Well, a fat lot of good that did, huh? I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome for one. Yes, he sure is. And he was in both the last two Notary games too. So anyway, we've been grabbed twice. But the people behind the two Notary games are totally different. It didn't matter to my mom, though, so after all that, these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy-looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all I was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking over one day and we decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did it. After that, we lived on our own. I worked at a cafe and he composed music. Hey, that's good for him. He plays the harp. He started writing this kind of new-agey music. Got kind of popular, so we don't have to worry too much about surviving. Some days he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff. His fans would show up to him and listen to him play and cry. Or some of them would meet up on their own and recite stuff from the book he'd written and play his songs. He wrote a book, too. Now it sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? Brothers don't have anything to do with it. And we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. Uh-oh. Does she mean... So we went to the location she gave us. It turns to be the headquarters of SWAS, where they've taken us after the second Notary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people who are all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar, too. It only took us a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first Notary game. I'm assuming Akane and Aoi are, like, not there either. Because, you know. We're all excited to see each other again. We were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they'll strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. It's possible that we as a species will die out completely. We're doing our best to prevent this, but we need your help. You are what we call espers. Uh-oh. You can summon stuff. Jeez. Talk about Final Fantasy VI. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. Yup. We're bringing this back. I'm guessing you don't know about any of that is, but basically we do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy. That's probably the closest thing, okay? Well, they should have brought Junpei in, but who knows what he's up to nowadays. Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first Noda game is to research that ability. Keep that name Espers in mind for later? Question mark? Especially keep it in mind during Zero Time Dilemma, because oh boy. We'll get to that eventually. Not anytime soon after this Let's Play, though, because jeez. The purpose of the first Noda game was to research that ability, so they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she'd brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up, huh? I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that! I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way! I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently, though, and they told Alice they'd do it. It was a job, after all. Most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh yeah, cushy government job. Pushing pencils and making bank. Well, not really pushing pencils. Using psychic abilities. Alright, I forgot to tell you. She told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot. More wealth than you could imagine. $1 million. I was still totally against doing it. My brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. And that's the story. I don't know why I'm here, though. A couple days passed and Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. People behind the first Noda game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the Swolfs were after. Really? A pharmaceutical company? Hongo? All that stuff? Why would Cradle Pharmaceuticals be part of that? Whatever. Was that, she asked, something I might want to know more about? That got me curious. My brother, too. But the clincher was that Seven said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second Nonary game. She called him on her phone right then and there and handed it to us. You guys are the only people that can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's gone off to travel the world looking for Akane. Haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. So that's where Junpei is. He's on a globe-trotting adventure, looking for Akane. Junpei, like 7 other participants in the second Nonary game. Akane, one of the people behind the second Nonary game. Sen was a Japanese policeman, which is probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the Swolfs. For the next couple months, all we did was train. Half of the time, it was general knowledge and technical skills a Swolf's agent needed. The other half is learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. Actually, we'd known about Espers for quite a while. Had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. After several months of hard work, we're finally ready for our first field missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed back at the base so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak in a research facility, pose against one of their workers, and use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But Everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake and I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. I've been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where their headquarters was. The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. This time I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. So they've been here 3 days longer than us. When you woke up, you were in the warehouse? Yeah. All that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. She sighed and her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I've got a few questions.
What are they?
Well, first off, your, powers, I guess. Guess you can't use them right now.
Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but...
No response?
Yeah. If there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait.
What?
Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers.
Ah. I think that's what happened in the last game. Like with Junpei. I assume. I don't remember if they mentioned anything like that, but like...
Maybe... No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Alright, whatever. I have some other questions, so... Moving on. I think I understand what Alice is talking about now. They're trying to spread that virus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who are they?
Well, I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all that other stuff, but this is too much?
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But...
Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they gonna do it?
If we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No. All we know is soon.
But that could mean just about anything. And also it sounds like they already succeeded, so, you know.
Yeah. It could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
Wait. I mean, they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense? Like, how about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen? The pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
Maybe they're lying.
Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5. Quark is out too.
So you're saying Tenmyoji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? I guess they are a little suspicious.
Right?
What's their motive?
For lying? How would I know?
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Ah, yep. Purifying the unclean?
Oh, unclean. 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 Unclean.
What? What are you doing?
Shut up. Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean. Clean. Een.
Een?
Een!
Een! She left up suddenly excited.
Neostigmine!
You know what?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking about this stuff.
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. She's got a gun! Duck! It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication. Oh, right, I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
Yeah,
I didn't have any idea what it was, though, so I gave it to you.
exactly.
Are you saying you've heard about this neostigmine stuff before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just remembered.
You remembered?
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of colon esterase inhibitor.
What'd you call me?
That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
Hey. That's good to know. Sorry, but I still don't get it.
How easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll start at the top, alright? The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine. Following me?
Turbocurine is the poison in our bracelets, right?
Right. It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
First, is this over real? Which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles.
This isn't the line read where Zero goes like, honk shoo, honk shoo, honk shoo.
I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
So you're saying this neostigmine keeps it from working?
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we can just inject ourselves with this, we get penalized.
Yeah! We don't have to die. We're gonna be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
The best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door.
Hey,
If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
what? Hey, Clover, wait! Clover! It was too late. Clover was already on the lift and gone. Dang. I think understandably, upset. With no stairs, my only choice was wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Wait, you're not gonna animate the lift? You animate all the doors? Fi. Where'd Clover go? Uh-oh. Fi, can you hear me? She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Uh-oh. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed and her body was unnaturally stiff. Fi? Grabbed her shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly she raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured towards the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? Fi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Alright, got it. Thanks. I headed for the exit, then paused. You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? Still no response. Sigma, come on. You're not this dense, are you? I guess he is. There's something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed more like a priority. Yeah, I mean... we know what happens with Radical 6, and you're gonna leave Fi alone. Never mind. I turned back around and jogged out of the door towards the treatment center. Huh? This is weird. Here is everybody. I assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Luna and Tenmyoji were gone too. They left Quark, and the readout on this pod says vital signs were still normal. Uh-oh. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine. Guess it's time to go look somewhere else. Maybe we have the treatment center. We're gonna go a tiny bit long because we're close to something. And, you know that disclaimer I put at the front of all my videos for this Let's Play, right? That might be coming into play very soon. So, yeah. Some disturbing stuff is coming up. That's all I'll say. You don't want to be spoiled. Man, we're not animating the map for any of this, huh? Wow. They can actually do this. It's weird. Jeez, everyone's winning at hide and go seek. Where is everyone? No, no one here either. Oh, okay. Cool. What the heck? What's going on here? I can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait. There's still one place I haven't checked. Yeah, again, some disturbing stuff is about to happen. So, you can skip to the next video if you don't want to see it. The infirmary. I ran to the room and stopped short. Might as well have run through a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No. What happened? I felt my whole body convulse, whether from terror or nausea I couldn't tell. My legs went limp and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand and I looked down to see blood. A vast, warm pool of fresh blood stretching out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Why? This can't be real. How could... In the middle of a lake of blood, like an island of flesh, were bodies. There were a bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes, with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. I mean... Never mind. Had they sliced themselves open? Or stabbed one another? I couldn't tell. All the blood, too much blood. Whatever they'd done, it was clear what tool they'd used to do it. A scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This was how they had died, this tiny blade. Oh god. This is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Time to wake up. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. I lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck, as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs, and drew it across my throat. Well, this has been Let's Play. No. We're not anywhere close to being done. We've reached the end of one of the routes. Oh boy. Man, that's crazy. Can't believe they ended the game like that. Oh, sorry. Can't really do anything here. But, yeah. We learned a lot there. Got a lot of Clover backstory, like what everyone's been doing. Except for Junpei. Who knows what he's doing? Kane and Aoi are still MIA. Jeez. So I think I'm just gonna end the video now, mid-credits, because I can't do anything right now. I don't think it's gonna let me save anytime soon. So, next time, we're gonna explore different routes. Maybe we might go back to that other route we had. We were trying to find a way not to die. Perhaps with this information, we can do something about that. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.